Yo, it's me. How's it going? So I just got done with ranked and well, there's absolutely zero meme potential, no dev strikes or anything. So I thought I'd talk you through my games instead. I know a lot of you like to play battleships, so hopefully you guys find this somewhat useful. Right, so I went with Queen Elizabeth. Why? First of all, overmatch. Queen Elizabeth has 15-inch guns which have the ability to overmatch 26mm of armor, which is enough to punch through every bow at tier 5, other than Ismail, Bayern, Normandy, and I think Fuso? I don't know. Secondly, Queen Elizabeth has chunky HE. I'm set at around 7k HE alpha with enough HE pen to deal with anything I face. And finally, QE has great firing angles, so I can sit perfectly angled when slapping a BB with HE if they angle, or punch AP through their bow if they bow tank. For destroyers, his HE just splats them just fine, and Royal Navy short fuse AP makes short work of cruisers. Sound good? Alright, let's get into our first game. Okay, so we're facing a Bayern in our first match, a tough nut to crack for most ships, but my HE has more than enough pen to take him down. He does have an overmatch advantage though. He can overmatch my bow with his 15-inch guns, but I can't overmatch him back since he has an icebreaker, so angling will be key. The game plan here is to play to my strengths, sitting at max range, taking advantage of my superior accuracy and HE. As soon as the Bayern gets close, I'm in trouble. My secondaries are worthless, turret traverse is terrible, and my short fuse AP isn't going to get the fatal death strike I need if we drive by each other. So yeah, here we go. I'm just going to whittle him down with HE and try to get some permafires. Thanks to my great firing angles, we can sit at a perfect angle and take minimal damage while dishing out a good amount of damage. He eventually gets confident that I'm just another HE spamming Royal Navy BB, and he starts sailing broadside, so of course I switch to AP and give him a nice slap. It's pretty much game over. See how I aim further ahead at his bows so I don't shoot his angle belt, and yeah, that's game. On to the next one. Game 2, another Bayern, but a smaller map, I think. Either way, the engagement distance on this map is smaller thanks to the islands. You can see by the time he's spotted, he's already around 6 kilometers away, so I turned straight out of that. That is not a favourable engagement for me at all. He chunks us pretty hard here, but this is why I chose Queen Elizabeth. HE straight into the superstructure for 10k damage and a permafire. Here he turns out, so I aim high to avoid his angled main belt, and my short fuse AP arms on his upper casemate and superstructure for another decent 10k salvo. Yeah, we finish him off nice and easy. Next up, my one and only match facing a destroyer, and it's not a great example to be honest. This guy just sends it and eats HE to the face, but yeah, against destroyers just turn and kite them away. It gives you more time to react against torpedoes and it prevents YOLO rushes. So yeah, we actually set a permafire with our secondaries, which is quite funny. I just keep pumping this guy with HE and he goes down without much of a fight. Next game. Next up, Arizona, probably the easiest ship to face as a battleship. Arizona has average accuracy, no overmatch, and a horrific reload, so yeah, I won't spend too much time on this one. This guy does well, but Arizona just doesn't have the tools to compete, and we overmatch his bow to finish him off. Next up, California, again no overmatch and a nice fat target for my HE. Here's a good example of why you should absolutely be running a fighter plane. We're able to spot him before he can even see me, so we get a free 10k damage and make him pop his damage con. So when he comes around the corner, we hit him again for another 10k and we get that permafire. I give him one final HE salvo and again 10k damage, a fire, and we switch to AP to finish him off. Next up, Mutsu. Just like Bayern, Mutsu can be dangerous if it's able to get close, so again we play passively and try and set his permafires as well as destroy his torpedo tubes. Mutsu has big guns, but it doesn't have the accuracy to back them up, especially at mid-range. You can see his turret stop looking at me here for a second, which means he switched to his torpedoes, so I make a full turn to avoid the torps. This is where he loses the game though. He sits bow onto me, so I pump a salvo straight through his bow for 25k damage. He didn't learn the first time, so I do it again and finish him off. Next up, I'm facing another Queen Elizabeth, and this was my closest game, I think. Just like with the California game earlier, my fighter plane is able to spot for me, and I smack him for 20k damage, perfect start. But then he hits me with the Una reverse card and starts shooting me from behind cover with his fighter spotting for him. And at this point, I'm losing for sure. He goes behind the island, so I'm able to heal up and position myself for when he comes around the island. First salvo doesn't do much, but his second salvo gets me back in the game. I hold my shot until he's bow on and plant a salvo straight through his bow, and yeah, we continue to angle and trade as best we can, and I eventually come away with the win. Next up, another Bayern. This guy wasn't really paying attention. We hit for 2 fires without opening salvo, then before he gets behind cover we set another fire, so he's cooking nicely. He reappears and I set even more fires, and yeah, we finish him off with AP nice and easy. Next game. Next up, Doria, a very scary ship in the right hands. Those secondaries would eat me alive. I was hoping for a close game here, but this guy didn't even try to angle, so yeah. A couple AP salvos and he's gone. Next up, a Normandy, a fast but squishy ship with a good amount of guns that lack overmatch. This match is just me abusing the fighter plane again. A few AP salvos and he's gone. Not much to see here. Here's another Queen Elizabeth, and my god, this guy goes all the way around the map to A, then reverses behind this island instead of fighting. This match drags out for a while, but he goes down without much of a fight. Next up, a Warspite, another scary ship to face, but once again we set the permafires and chunk him down with AP since he's happy to sit broadside. Right, finally something interesting, a Graf Spee, a pretty nasty ship to face. It's obvious he's just going to send it and try and get his torps off, so I turn away ready. Again, fighter plane, giving me the intel I need to make the best play. He comes around the island, 1, 2, 3, and he's panicked and got his torps off, but it's too late. We finish him through his bow and we move on to game number 14. Another Queen Elizabeth, and once again we hit him with the HE and AP wombo combo. I wait until he's bow on, plant a salvo through his bow and clean up onto the final game to rank out. Of course, it's another Queen Elizabeth. We get super lucky with our RNG here. First salvo, 2 fires and he damage cons. Second salvo, another 2 fires and he's down to half health already. Then we let the AP do its thing and take him down, securing the flawless 100% win rate for tier 5 1 vs 1 ranked. Not too shabby. On to tier 6 next weekend. Let me know if you want me to do this type of video for the next 2 seasons, and with all that said and done, thanks for watching and take care guys.